one thing, wacha ni address, mimi nimekuwa member hiyo bunge la mwananchi na niliacha kuenda hapo wakati niliona imeacha kuwa bunge la mwananchi, imekuwa bunge la ODM. We have been there, tumeona, tunajaribu kuongea, you raise issues there, you raise real issues. They make noise, they heckle, they don't want anything. Najua vijana wako pale mnataka kushine, akina Gaucho mnaona wanashine, akina Nuru Okanga. Ni bloggers mnajengea kazi. Wewe ni youth uko pale unaenda kuongea vibaya about kiongozi. Unaenda kuongea vibaya about nchi yako. Wewe mwenyewe jiulize. Inakusaidia aje wakati unaongea vibaya about that? Now you are talking about the king ni mbaya, ni muongo, ni mtapeli, amefanya. Wewe mwenyewe jiulize, how does it translate into your own lives? So acha tu wakati tunafanya vitu zingine pia tujiangalie, we mind our own security. Sasa mara wakati umeenda pale umeongea vibaya umeshikwa, unaanza kulia serikali inaniandama. That aside, let's come back to the king visit. One thing I would term that visit as a success. Ukiangalia international community imeanza kuwa na hope na imekuwa na trust na security agencies wa Kenya. So Kenya as a nation ime-earn global trust. Ukiangalia the level of security ambao King alikuja nayo, si kama yenye tunge expect. Hatukupata hizo traffic jam, tumefungiwa mabarabara, network jam ati mara simu haziendi through. We had a very smooth, everything was as normal. So that shows that the international community has a very good intention and has very big trust in Kenyan security agencies. That's one. The second one, I would like to say that it's what our deputy president said, tourist attraction. A king riding on that tuk-tuk will attract more investors, more tourists that will translate to economic growth of this country. So it's an economic tap. That visit, a state visit, is an economic tap. So I would say that this visit was a success, and it's a milestone for our country. It's showing that the international community has full trust in the Kenyan government. As I have told you, you even saw Raila ODINGA at State House. That shows even himself have agreed that now we have a government in place, we have a state that in place, and the things are going to roll down as they are planned. So the visit was an eye-opener. Kwa wale watu ambao wanasema sijui some Azimio MPs should be whipped off their seats. Wajulize now that Baba was there and it was a state visit. That shows that Baba also recognizes the state. So I think now they should also revisit those harsh decisions they are making on MPs who visit State House, and now start seeing that, yes, sir, now that we have a government in place, we should work with the government of the people, because when things get out of hand, we hear them call the government, serikali ifanyi kazi, serikali saidia. If you don't work with that serikali, how will it help you? So I would state the King's visit as a success and as a big win for Kenya. Yes.
Okay, jana Maina Njega alikuwa na toa speech, akaweza kutetea governor wa Matangi, and a lot of people were shocked, and I was also surprised.
What happens, unajua siasa inatekingi turn. Nimekwambia siasa is not dynamic, static, inakanga ikichange. Now that people have started aligning themselves, preparing themselves for 2027 election, now it has stuck in their mind that you have a government in place, there's no elections, there's no rigging, there's no everything. So now people have started aligning themselves for 2027 election. And I'm also from Mount Kenya region. We as Mount Kenya, we want to have a unity of purpose. Now we don't want to talk about party, we don't want to talk about anything. We want to focus on our unity. We put everything aside now, we focus on our unity and what is good for our people. So as Maina Jenga said, let's all come together, let's hold each other's hand. We also everyone has their weaknesses. Let's not take advantage of that. Let's correct each other and we march forward. Yes.
Don't you think hiyo imemuongeza a plus? Because watu wanasema yenda anataka kuwa Mount Kenya kingpin, anataka kutoa Gachagua, anataka kutoa Ndini Nyoro.
Okay, about the kingship thing, I would want to talk more about it, because that was the thing ilifanya ukaona kumekuwa ni kama kuna uhasama between Uhuru Kenyatta and other leaders. So current what I would say is that the kingship comes on itself. You don't force things. You do what is supposed to be done, and that will follow you. So anyone who wants to be a kingpin in Mount Kenya, hakuna haja kuvunja mwingine miguu ndio wewe kuwe kingpin. Let's now come together, we focus. Do what you can do better to sell yourself without focusing on others. And with that, the kingship will come automatically. Yeah. You might even be surprised kupata hiyo kingship inatoka kwa mtu mwingine tofauti apart from hao mtu unaona kwa picture. Because kuna watu wengi wamekuwa wakifanya vitu mingi sana pale Mount Kenya region. As you can see, kama ukiingia pale Murang'a unapata kuna businessmen wengi sana. Watu ambao wana focus maybe na mambo ya education ya watu wa pale nini. They have created employment for so many people. There are people we call opinion shapers. Tunaweza kaa pale tunapata kuna opinion shaper ambaye anaweza kuwa king. Unajua kuna ile tofauti ya kuwa king na kuna king maker. A king maker is more powerful, more spiritual and more enlightened than a king. So kuna wale maybe wako pale wanangangana, they will end up being king makers and they will make someone else a king. Yes.
So in your own opinion, do you think or don't you think Governor Wamatangi should be impeached?
The impeachment thing, I wouldn't want to talk about it more because I'm not a Kiambu resident. I'm not a staff of the county. And as you can see, we're only waiting for the MCAs to bring the allegations. Then now we can peruse through them, then the relevant bodies can make the follow-up. But as for now, I think governors should be given time. Since this is their first year in office, this is their first budget that they are assuming. So I think the governor should now be given time and maybe be judged as per their first budget. Yes.
There is war in Kisii between Simbarati and Osoro. Juzi, Osoro, people say that Osoro mwenyewe ndiye alituma GSU in conjunction with the President William Ruto.
One thing, na furahiyanga sana nikisikia watu wakidrag jina ya William Ruto kwa vitu kidogo kidogo. Those are very petty issues. William Ruto is a man of integrity.